Hey, this is Flying Scorpion coming at you with another post-gameplay analysis slash commentary for Evolve. I've been putting a lot of work into improving the quality of these videos and improving my gameplay as Wraith, and so far I've succeeded in both, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm trying out a bit of a new setup here, and hopefully that the audio turns out better than in the previous videos. So before I get into Evolve, I want to talk about the video quality. So what am I doing to make the video quality better? In the previous video, there were some frame rate issues, and I've made some tweaks, and I think that I've eliminated the problem. So hopefully there's going to be no frame rate problems while I'm recording this video. And also, I've made some adjustments to how I'm going to upload my videos to YouTube. So hopefully, if everything goes well, after this video gets up to YouTube, there will be a bit of a bump up yet again in terms of the quality of the colors and the level of detail that you can see in the moment-to-moment footage that you're watching in the video. So you can pause it at any moment, and hopefully things are going to look really blurry and you can still see details and whatnot. All right, so what about Evolve? Okay, so these videos are about Evolve. Recently, there has been some changes made to Wraith in the PC hotfix that just came out. And there's been a lot of negative feedback on the forums, and I think that it's unwarranted, to be honest. I think that the changes are good. One of the guys in the forum said that the Turtle Rock Studios developers aren't listening to the feedback of the players, and that the changes that they're made are terrible, and that they ruined Supernova. There's a lot of complaints about what they did to Supernova. And if you look in the forums, actually, a while back, I suggested exactly what they just did. I posted on the forums, you can see it right on there. I said, why don't you lower the damage a little bit of Supernova, but increase the duration? That was basically it. Because when you watch the Wraith's advanced tutorial videos, it says if you use Supernova and you start dishing out damage to somebody and they get out of it, you can use Abduction to pull them back into the Supernova and then begin attacking them. But Supernova didn't last long enough for you to be able to do that. By the time you abducted them and then the animation was over, you would maybe get one more hit or maybe no hits with Supernova still active. And so that combo didn't work out that well. Now, with the increased duration of Supernova, it's much more forgiving if you pop it at a moment where you can't get a hit immediately, or if they're just a little bit out of range, you can close the range and then start hitting them. You just have more time to use the damage bonus that Supernova has to provide. And I think that's really good. Other than that, they increase Wraith's health. And this is excellent. Increasing Wraith's armor and health by 500 points each. The raw number doesn't sound that high, but you have to consider that this is Wraith. Wraith doesn't have that much health to begin with. An extra 500 health or armor on Goliath or Behemoth is pretty minuscule compared to the total health pool they already have, but for Wraith, it's a pretty big difference. And when I look back at my previous videos, when I played Wraith and I analyzed my losses, one of the biggest problems was that if I was playing against really good teams, I couldn't get in and get a strike, especially on the power relay. If they're set up on the power relay, I couldn't get in and get a strike against them without taking significant health damage in the process. And it was just a war of attrition where I would be losing because I didn't have enough health to begin with in order to afford these trades. Now you can go in, and with an extra 500 health and armor, it gives you the buffer to be able to make trades with the hunters and get out without taking a gross amount of health damage that's going to lose you the game as you come back later on at stage 3. So I like it. I think that they're good changes. I think Turtle Rock Studios is doing a good job. The only thing that I have an issue with is that Abduction is a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes Abduction does some pretty weird stuff. Like I'll abduct someone or I'll abduct a creature and it'll teleport to a different location, or I'll go to abduct. I had this happen just last night. I went to abduct somebody that was reviving a teammate, and the incapacitated teammate is the one that ended up getting in my arms. And so, you know, when you abduct and you shoot right past them, sometimes I shot right past them with this incap teammate in my arms, and then I'm on my way back, and then they were revived like on the path back, and I'm like, they weren't even near the person that was reviving them. The guy was just standing there doing this over like empty space, like the body wasn't even there anymore, and he still like managed to revive them. That was kind of weird. But anyways, enough talk about that. Let's actually get into the gameplay. So I'm doing a lot better as Wraith. I've turned my win-loss ratio around. I was at 1.17 and steadily going down, and now I'm at 1.85 and I'm steadily going up. And in fact, I'm doing so well with Wraith that if I beat a team when I'm playing as Wraith, the next round, if I'm still the monster, I'll choose a monster that I'm not as good at. So Behemoth, Goliath, Kraken, especially Kraken I'm not that good at. I'll play with them instead. And it's not that I'm playing badly, it's just that the guys I'm playing against are good. I've beat people as Behemoth and Goliath before, especially as Goliath. I'm a pretty decent Goliath player. But as the game continues to evolve and more players stick around for the long haul, these players get better and better at their characters. And so I might be a reasonably competent Goliath player, but these are really good Hunter players, and they will beat me. And when I switch to playing as Wraith, and the fact that I'm beating them consistently feels really good. It feels really good. I've had a couple Stage 1 wins recently. I've had plenty of Stage 2 wins, and for the first time ever, just last night when I was playing, I had a team basically give up on fighting me at Stage 2 and just start camping the power relay before it even got to Stage 3, because the fights were happening that were going down in my favor. Now, anytime I get domed, you got to get domed in a good spot. That's the biggest key, I think, at Stage 1 and 2, is if you're going to get domed, if you're going to evolve, try to do it in a spot where the terrain and the map works in your favor. And that's where my Stage 1 wins have been. It's been where I do it, where things are in my favor in that regard. All right, so let's cut to the actual video, and let's go ahead and see how this goes. Oh yeah, I've got my key bindings on my mouse here. So I'm going to put 2 into Warp Blast, 1 into Abduction, and I'm going to take Ability Cooldown Reduction up on the top right here. That's what I normally go with lately, and I find it's really good. We're going to be playing on Distillery, and I'm going to choose the Elite Wraith skin because it's white, and it will help blend in with the snow potentially. You know, there's the potential that you'll be sneaking around, and that'll help you out. So we're up against the medic is being played by Apple JK, the support is being played by Sandy Lyle, the trapper is being played by Prisco, and the assault is being played by Kimosho. So we're just waiting for Kimosho to load in and pick his character, and for everyone to pick their perks. There we go, I just picked cooldown reduction as my perk. And cooldown reduction works really good if you end up grabbing the Crowbill Sloth buff, which increases your damage by 25%. So having 25% increased damage and a 20% cooldown reduction on your abilities really increases your ability to take hunters down, even at Stage 1. So we've got Hank, Kyra, Griffin, and Parnell. So in this matchup, anytime you see Hank, you have to take Hank out first. If it's sunny, things are a little bit different. You can use Warp Blasts to get damage with the shield drone even still deployed, or you can break the shield drone and force Sunny to deploy at some place that's not as effective. But if there's a Hank on the team, you gotta take him out unless he's dicking around and he's not in the middle of the fight. Parnell's not so much of an issue for me because Parnell has a hard time hitting me, and that's because, let's just cut back to me again for a second. Okay, let's just show me right here. All right, so it's like I'm talking to a cameraman, but I'm the cameraman. Anyways, what I found is that before, when I played, I sort of attacked whoever was most conveniently located for me to fight, and that's always the assault. The assault's always there. Now I just really focus, like I have horse blinders on and I can't even see what's happening on the side. It's almost like there's like a blind rage. I only attack the support or the medic. That's it. I only attack them. And in this case, it's going to be Hank. And because I'm doing that, Hank, he doesn't want to be in my face because he's going to die. He's going to be jetpack boosting away, up in the air. The Kyra is going to do the same thing. He's going to go on top of buildings and stuff like that. Wraith is a unique creature, or a unique monster in this game, in that she doesn't really have the ability to project damage outwards without actually physically being at that location. And what I mean is you have to be in the hunter's face. You have to be in their face hitting them. When you're playing as Kraken, you can launch orbs from far away. You can lightning strike from far away. When you're playing as Goliath, you can throw rocks. You can fire breath. When you're playing as Behemoth, you can shoot lava blobs out there. You can use your Fisher to launch damage out there. You can even use Rockwall to do damage. So And you don't have to travel out there to do the melee damage, is what I'm saying. But with Wraith, you have to be in their face to do damage. The only thing she has that can potentially do damage where she's not physically there is the decoy. And decoy kind of sucks. It's easy to avoid if it gets hit with a tranking dart, or if it gets hit with a stasis grenade or anything like that. It just moves so slowly, it has a hard time hitting. But when it does hit, it hits pretty hard. That's true. So what I'm getting at is that because you have to be in the hunter's face as Wraith, when there's one hunter jetpacking around and stuff, you're going to be up in the air hitting that guy or over on these towers or chasing him around. And as long as you're doing that, Assault is going to have a hard time hitting you. They will basically be your carrot on a stick and cause you to dodge the Assault's damage. That's what I'm saying. And at the same time, you're going to take that person out, and that person's not going to be able to do their job, which is healing the other teammates or shielding the other teammates or cloaking the other teammates or whatever kind of thing. So, yeah. So anyways, let's get into it now. So obviously, I'm going to really focus on taking out Hank. He's got to go down because if I start trying to take somebody else out, he's just going to shield them, and I'll have to stick around in the fight for too long. It takes too long to take that shield out to kill somebody, and with the Kyra on the team, the heals are going to be strong. So you got to take Hank out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn back here and sneak for a little bit, and I'm thinking about going into the river right there. But I see that the Crobo Sloth is ahead of me, so I'm actually going to take it out instead. I haven't gotten any armor, and what I want to point out is that and see, I Warp Blast behind him. I want to hit him from behind. I tried using Abduction to see if it did damage, but I don't think it did anything. You can stun lock him. See, there's the stun animation. You can stun lock him, and he won't do that much damage to you. See, I killed this Crobo Sloth. I took barely any health damage at all. And now I'm at almost full armor, which is the great thing about Wraith is that it doesn't take much to fill her armor up. And I have the damage perk plus the cooldown reduction perk. This is a great recipe for getting a strike against the hunters at stage 1. There's a bit of a frame rate drop here. I'm not sure what's going on there, but... Alright. So now I'm armored up. I'm stage 1. I'm feeling good. I got the buffs that I need to be able to take the hunters out. I just want to get more food and get evolved to stage 2 if possible, because that's where I'm really going to hurt them. So I see that they're on my tail, so I'm going to go over in this direction, and we're going to Warp Blast on top of these two, and I see they are getting really close here, and I sniff and I see, oh, there's only one. It's the medic. Where's the trapper? The trapper has gone around. See, he went around to try and cut me off on my exit, but I'm not going to go for that. So I'm going to double back and go back in this direction. I'm not going to get domed right here at stage 1. Now in this video, I am going to get domed at stage 1, and it's going to work out pretty good, but the reason is because I choose the location. Location, location, location. So I get fully armored up here, and I'm ready to evolve. I'm moving as fast as I can to get away, and I'm going to pause it here for a second. This is a really good spot to fight. See, this waterfall goes down under here. There's a bridge there. It breaks line of sight there. There's a lot of verticality. There's some trees and stuff to obscure some vision. As we move further into this area, see there's some caves over here. All these nooks and crannies, this is the stuff that Wraith really thrives in. Wraith thrives in an environment where you can break the hunters up and split them up where they lose line of sight to one another. And so if I'm going to get domed, I want to get domed here. So I take another sniff, I turn around, I don't see them, so I'm going to go ahead and try to evolve. But there's a hunter right there. So I go, okay, you know what? Let's not evolve just yet. Let's back up and see if maybe we can juke or sneak through these caves. Now I use smell right there, and I shouldn't have done that. He probably heard that me smell. So I'm going to go for an abduction. I tried to lead in the direction that he was moving in, but he turned around and went backwards. So I'm going to Warp Blast here because I saw him there last. I see footprints. I'm going to follow the footprints. And there, okay, so I hit behind me, and there he is. I can see his jetpack trail. I abduct him. I hit him with another Warp Blast, and I lost him. Okay, so I lost him. He's up in the air somewhere. I'm looking up. I'm trying to find the jetpack trail, and I see Kyra shooting in that direction, so I go over there, and I start laying it on Sandy Lyle. I'm going to pause it again for a second, real quick here, and we'll just cut back to me for just a second. Now, I just want to point this out. The support and the trappers, the color of their name, the text for their name, is almost identical to me. It looks like a yellowish beige color for both of them. I can't really discern the difference. So what I've started to do is at the beginning of the match, I look at the name of the player that's playing as the support. while we're waiting for them to pick their character class, and I just memorized it. So at the beginning of this match, I saw Sandy Lau was playing as the support. I memorized the name. I was like, okay, Sandy Lau is playing as the support. And then when I saw that he was playing as Hank, I go, okay, don't really rely on the color, because you might end up just focusing on the trapper instead of the support. Rely on the name, Sandy Lau. So I was like, Sandy Lau, that's the one that I'm going to go for. So that's just a little tip. And if you're from Turtle Rock Studios, can you guys please adjust the colors so that there's like a much bigger variance in the color between the trapper and the support, so we can discern the difference upon first glance without having to squint our eyes and go, is that more green or is that more yellow? You know what I mean? Okay, so support is down. I'm still ready to evolve. I haven't taken that much damage, and I'm going to abduct the medic down in the area and warp blast her back into the cave. So this is going to be my pain box, as I would call it. So she's doing a really good job dodging me. I'm going to give her credit. She's very good at dodging. She's low on health, so, and he's back up again. Support is back up, so I got to take the support out before I can finish her off. Support is dangerously low on health. He gets healed up. Trying to hit him, it's real hard. So he drops an orbital bombardment, and right before I did this warp blast, I saw that the medic and the support were bunched up together. And so I sort of pinned them up between the wall, my warp blast, and this orbital bombardment area, and I think I get damage on both of them. I definitely get damage on Sandy Lau, though. So Sandy Lau goes down. That damage perk really helped, and I think I did get damage on the medic because she's really low on health, and she did use her burst heal a moment ago. So I abduct her to keep her from getting away, pull her back down. She's still jetpacking up, so I warp blast up in the air, and down she goes. I'm out of armor, so I decide to leave. I got 2 strikes against the support, 1 strike against the medic. I'm almost at full health. I'm sitting pretty. I'm ready to evolve. It's time to get out of here. So I'm just going to get away and get some good distance and evolve right here. This looks like a fine spot to do it at, behind a wall. They're going to be slowed down for a second. And this game is pretty much in my pocket. I put 2 into Supernova, 1 into Warp Blast. This is before the recent patch. Now what I do is I put 1 into Supernova and 1 into Abduction, and then 1 more into Warp Blast. So I have 3 Warp Blast, 2 Abduction, 1 Supernova. So I'm just going to armor up real quick. I don't mind taking a little bit of health damage from that thing when I take it out. It's fine. See, I still have a lot of health. And again, this is before the patch. Like, you have even more health now at these stages. If this was after the patch, I wouldn't have had any health damage whatsoever. I would have had an extra 500 armor. So now I'm fully armored. I see somebody getting close to me, and I decide time to turn around and take this fight again. Stage 2, I'm probably going to win. I still have the damage buff. I want to make use of that. I can't find the support, so I'm just going to go for the medic. Now, she does a real good job dodging me, and I do a bad job of hitting her there. That was a really bad spot to use Supernova. I really shouldn't have done that. So I'm just going to wail on this guy a little bit to get use out of it. Now Supernova lasts longer, so I would have had more time to hit that guy. Anyways, there's the support, just in time to heal, to prevent the medic from going down. And I'm going for him. Now I drop a Supernova again. Support is dead. He died so fast. I love Supernova. It's a great ability. So now I'm going to go for the medic. I Warp Blast right in her face. She goes down. I can see that the Trapper's almost dead. I managed to get that abduction off, but I see that Assault is going for a revive on her. I don't want to hit her. I'm trying to hit Assault, but I'm stuck on her body, but that's okay. So now Trapper's running away. He's almost dead. I figured get a strike on him while the medic is down. I aimed a little bit too high. He got away there. But I have all 3 transversals ready. I'm just going to Warp Blast in the direction he's running to, turn him around, pin him back, and down he goes. Now I want to finish this. I don't have any armor, so I'm going to see if I can grab some armor real quick here on my way back to finish it. And I see them running away. Medic's going to go for the revive, so I try to abduct her, but I get stuck on the terrain. I think I would have gotten her if I didn't get hit by that wall, or stuck on the wall there. I Warp Blast right there, and she's just in range. She's got 2 strikes on her, so she's really in a bad spot. I abduct her, pull her from going up on that ceiling. She jetpacks straight up again. Very good play on her part. I try to stop the revive from Assault on the Trapper, but I miss. Or I get him just a little bit too late, so he gets away. He dodges just in time. He jumps to the right. I miss the abduct. She's almost dead. She's going to Healing Burst, kill everybody back up. I Warp Blast. I end up hitting everybody, including her, and she goes down. I'm going back for him. Now, Supernova would have lasted longer here, but he jetpacks back. His shield is down. He used it already, and I finish him off with a Warp Blast. And now it's just the Trapper that's left. He's running away. He's doing a good job running. 17 seconds to survive, but it's not long enough. You got a strike on you. I don't have the damage bonus anymore, but I still have enough to kill him. And he is going to go down. All right, so that's that. I'm going to pause this here. Actually, we'll let it play. We'll let it play through the finishing animation. Didn't take that much health damage. Really didn't take much health damage. I did a pretty good job there. And, yeah. Just going to take a sip of my water here. My throat is kind of parched. Let's see the performance. 13,000 damage with Warp Blast, and about 4,000 damage with Supernova, and 7 abductions. So there you go. That's a pretty recent game. It's an arbitrary game, just a random one I picked where I played as Wraith. Keynotes, taking the damage perk, killing that sloth at stage 1, even though I didn't have much armor at all. The way that I killed it, lesson learned, abduction doesn't really work against the crowbow sloth. I don't think it even does damage, and it doesn't even go on cooldown. You just do the animation, then it stops. It doesn't do anything. So just hit them in the back. Pick a good spot to fight. That spot on the Distillery, I recommend it. It's a good spot to fight. There's a lot of uneven terrain, and it works out pretty well in your favor in that regard. Take out Hank immediately, and don't let medic get the revive off. Just focus on the medic, and by focusing on the medic, I force the assault to go in and revive the support, and the whole time that the assault is reviving the support, he's not shooting at me, which means I'm not going to take as much damage as I'm downing the medic. And the last thing is that, like I said before, Wraith needs to be in the hunter's face, and so pick a hunter that doesn't want to be in the action. So like the support, he doesn't want, if the support wants to stay alive, he's going to be jetpack boosting away. As long as you're in his face, like I said, it's like that carrot on a stick, he will lead you into dodging. He will be your dodge direction, and the assault will be constantly playing catch up to try and keep up to you guys. And if he like goes straight towards the assault for protection, assault's gonna be right in your face, so it's gonna work out anyway. So like I said, that's a good way to go. Really focus and try to get close to the target you're trying to take out, and then the dodging will take care of itself for you. All right, well that's it. I hope this video works out good. I've really been putting a lot of effort and toiling away with minuscule things to try and tweak things and get things to the best quality that I can get. I'm going to edit this now, and I hope it works out well. This has been another post-gameplay analysis / commentary for Evolve, and I'm Flying Scorpion. Adios.